Well, it's no secret that many young people right now are struggling with their mental health. A local organization is working to stop the stigma and start conversations about mental health.
Yep, and 1N5 provides evidence-based mental health and suicide prevention programming to students and staff at over 180 tri-state schools. This weekend, they're going to be hosting their annual Spring for Life Hope Grows Here event. And Jess Hartley, development manager for 1N5, joins us now to talk more about it. Welcome, Jess.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
Sure.
We're really excited about the event. You're going to be there.
I am. I get to MC the event. I'm super excited about that. And I've done stuff with your organization for years on and off now. And I just know how needed it is and how much work you guys do in the community. So could you tell for folks who may not have heard about 1N5 kind of what your mission is and the kind of work you do?
Yeah, absolutely. Our mission is really around preventing suicide and also promoting optimal wellness. So we have a vision of a world without suicide and a community of people with optimal mental health. So a lot of the work that we do with schools is really in that preventative space. We're talking a lot about mental wellness, just how to keep yourself healthy and well, treating the brain like any other organ in your body. Like the way that we talk about heart health and keeping your heart healthy, we talk about ways to keep your brain healthy and how to build those protective factors into your life just on an everyday basis. So,
what is so much different when you're talking to young people today than maybe when we were that age? I mean, social media seems like the obvious component. We were just talking about today, the new bill in Ohio to shut down the phones, at least at school. But that's got to be one component, but that can't be the only thing. What's going on with young people?
I think that's certainly a component, but also I think there's just this really intense pressure from self that they're feeling. And that's what the kids are telling us. Like, I feel pressure to be perfect. I feel pressured to do all the things, and we were just talking about college admissions today, like how much that has changed, how competitive it is, and just the pressure that kids feel. They're no longer playing like they used to. There's not a lot of playfulness in their lives, and so actually one of our programs is called Unlocking the Power of Play, because there's research around brain science and how play actually changes, rewires your brain in a positive way.
Wow.
And it's good for adults too. So we even do some of those trainings in workplaces as well.
Wow.
So.
And I know it's so important, and part of the reason I think Nancy, who founded the organization, wanted to start in schools is it's important to get to people when they're young, because that's a lot of times when the issues start, like the perfectionism or and especially now, I can't imagine growing up in a time with social media. I don't know how kids navigate that landscape. Sometimes it's good for good things, but it's got to be difficult. So when you're looking at these young people, that's kind of the age group really that 1N5 focuses on, is the younger folks, right?
It is, because we know that most mental health conditions are emerging in the teen years. So 50% of mental health conditions are present by age 14, 75% are present by age 24, and that 18 to 24 age group range is when you have a really high suicide rate. You have 26% of those students, 18 to 24, considering suicide in a serious way. So that's why we're really targeting those teen years.
It's important to get them young,
I know when you look at sort of gender-based studies that it tends to be men more than women. Is that the case with younger age groups as well, or is that more looking at all age groups, I guess?
What we know is that men are more likely to use lethal means, and so a lot of times their suicide completion rate is higher. It doesn't necessarily mean that more men are considering suicide. It's just they're more likely to use lethal means. We don't know why.
And can you tell people what 1N5 stands for?
Yeah, absolutely. So the name 1N5 represents the statistic that 1 in every 5 people are living with a mental health condition at any time. And actually in teens right now, it's as high as 1 in 3.
Oh,
so
1 in 3,
higher.
Goodness.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that just tells people, right in this room right now, there's at least a couple of us, that
the
have
percentage is so much higher than I think people would ever dream of.
I've been very open about the fact that I've dealt with eating disorders, depression, anxiety throughout my life, and so I wish I would have had an organization like this when I was younger to help me through some of that stuff. Right, you're not alone, because so many people are dealing with this. I wanted to talk to you about the event this weekend, because this is something that everybody could come to, right? It's open to the public.
It is. It's open to the public. Tickets are still available right now. The tables are sold out, but there are individual tickets available. It's going to be an amazing event. We have Robin Burrow from the Joe Burrow Foundation is going to be our keynote speaker. We're awarding 2 really important partnership awards. It's our first time we're doing this, to a corporate sponsor that has been supporting our work, as well as Dr. Michael Sorter from Cincinnati Children's Hospital. And we're really excited to just honor them and their contributions to mental health in our community. So,
how incredibly important is it to have voices like the Burrow family or other celebrities come forward and say, hey, I went through this? it's okay if you're going through this, go talk to somebody.
Absolutely. I think it has so much power when you tell your story. So we really believe in it. And Robin was a teacher for many years, and she's going to speak to just what it was like to be in the classroom, to be with kids, and she's been a health advocate for children for really throughout her career, and so it'll be really exciting to have her there.
And I know that we've done stories before on the Burrow Foundation where they've, paid off mental health bills at Children's Hospital of people, who had bills that were sitting around and they couldn't pay them, and then the Burrow Foundation just comes in and pays them off. So I know that that's a very important part of what they do at the Burrow Foundation.
Absolutely. Their generosity around mental health is so important for the community, and they've really made it a priority.
Yeah, which is wonderful.
I'm going to ask you one more thing here before we let you go. If I'm an administrator at a school and I want 1N5 to come and talk to the kids or have an assembly or whatever, how does that work? How would they reach out? What do you offer in those situations?
Yeah, absolutely. So what's really unique about our programming is that it's really a partnership. We will go in and we'll do a one-off training if that's what the school wants, but we like to walk alongside the school. We sort of act as a consultant in just all of their mental health needs and their programming, and we'll come in and do programming that's a good fit for that school and their individual needs. And so they would contact us. They can reach out at info@1n5.org, and they would contact us and just talk to us about what their current needs are, really where they see us being a fit. We will work with their staff, we'll work with the parents in the school building, with the kids, kind of all three parties. So.
Yeah. And I really recommend following 1N5 on social media as well, especially for the younger people, because you have a lot of the younger people sharing their own stories, and I think it's so impactful when you see somebody who's young who's sharing, I'm dealing with anxiety, but here's the ways that I deal with it, and I'm thriving, that type of thing. So 1N5 on social media, and that's where you can find more information about the event and the tickets.
Absolutely,
and we'll also get it, I think it's under the Get It tab on local12.com right now too. So thank you so much for what you're doing.
Thank you, Jess.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Looking
Thanks
forward
for
to
having
Saturday.
us. Yeah, me too.
All right, we'll be right back.
Hey there. Yeah, you could stop watching right now, but let's be honest, you don't want to do that. Hit the links or click subscribe to see more amazing content from all of us here at Local 12.